wet down here. So what I'm having to do is I'm having to, as bad as I don't want to, it's August, hate shoveling this early in the year, but complete this track, I'm going to shovel this corner out down here. It's Sunday, we're in the shop, working on the car. Gonna pull all the maintenance today on it. I don't have to do any of that after work this week. So what we're doing right now is prepping, greasing, maintaining, whatever you want to call it, the torque ball, torque tube. I use a molybdenum, I'll show you this here. It's a Dello heavy duty moly, 3% grease. It makes it a little bit stiff for those of you who know what sprint cars are and whatever else. It does make it a little bit stiff, but it works. So it lasts a long time, So what I've done is I've coated the ball here all the way around, and I've also coated the tube itself right there. All that's good to go. So we're gonna slide that up. Kind of roll it around a little bit, get all the grease spread around the inside of it. Come back here, find my little coupler ring. So what this ring does here is it sandwiches the torque tube itself up to the housing on the ball there, or the torque ball housing. The torque ball housing, try and get y'all down a little bit better. The torque ball housing there that y'all can see goes and bolts to the motor plate, and then inside there is your U-joint. I'll slide it back real quick just to show y'all. So inside there is your, I know it's dark, but I'm trying to brighten it up a little bit. That's your U-joint and everything in there. And then your drive shaft, that's that black thing right there, that's your slip joint. Anyway, slide all that up, and this sandwiches the torque ball to the torque ball housing. You want to make sure they'll either have a notch, like this one has a notch and it's rope on right there. You can see the other three sides do not have that marking. That side always goes up, but you can just slide it over the four little studs and get your nuts put on it, and it's good to go. This is a very critical part of a sprint car to make sure. I think I got something on this camera. It's not on the focus. There we go. Anyway, that is a very critical part of a sprint car, because if that right there binds up, the whole car quits working. So what that does is the whole car here is working. All of the rear suspension is all working off of that ball in there, and that as the suspension goes up and down, it moves in and out on the shaft moves in and out on the torque ball, and if it seizes up, it'll completely lock your rear suspension up, and you basically lose all suspension, so you don't have any suspension. So that can get that can cost you a win. I've had that happen before. But so anyway, I'll be back in a second. I'll find something else kind of interesting to point out to y'all while we're pulling maintenance. Y'all hang out. So the next thing we're going to do here, when we get all the torque ball, I usually do my torque ball first. I kind of start in the center, work towards the back, and then work back towards the front when I get the back done. These are your torsion bars. They are like your spring. They twist. This arm here connects to them. They run through these tubes here all the way across the back of the car, And these arms, which is called torsion arms, they connect to the torsion bar there. And as the car works up and down, this arm will twist like so. But as it twists, it literally like twists that bar. That bar is your spring. It's kind of like a sway bar, but it's not. But so you want to take all four. They have four of them. You have four corners, 4 bars. You want to take all 4 of them out and clean the grease off of them that was there. Put new grease on them and make sure all that's good and free. And then next, we're going to come up here and we're going to grease the see the grease insert there. This is a bearing carrier, but in the sprint car terminology, it's called a bird cage. You have one on each side for the rear, and we're going to grease both sides of those. I grease them till grease is coming completely out, then I slide them off the axle a little bit, and then wipe them up really good. Make sure there's no excess grease collecting dust that could potentially get down into my bearings. When we get done with that, then we're going to check the oil level and the quick change. I've done checked the brake pedal on for the brakes. As you notice, there is one big brake in there. These on splines, and that this kind of like floats back and forth a little bit. And then you have splined wheel centers here as well. But the only other brake you have on the whole car is up here on the left front, right inside there. And this is a solid live axle. Whenever the car is rolling, this axle is turning. So that right there is your rear brakes. And then you have one brake up here, and you only run one brake on the left front to make the car turn in to the left whenever you get on the brake. You use the brakes to turn the car. You're not really, I mean, you are slowing down with them, but they're more designed to help turn the car than anything. We have a full containment seat that I have. It is a Butler built name brand. I've used several different kinds. Butler is my favorite so far. Nice, comfortable, and this one here was at an affordable price. But it's comfortable. I'm real comfortable inside of it. But as y'all can see, there's no room. You drive this thing with both feet at the same time, and left is brake, right is gas. And when we get done with all that, I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna take all the nozzle injector lines off, take the injectors out, put them in a sonic cleaner, have them cleaned. While that's doing that, I'll be doing the front suspension. By the time I get the front suspension done, the nozzles will be clean, and then I'll go over every nut and bolt on the car, checking in. And then when I get all the maintenance pulled on it, we'll put the axles up on squaring blocks, which is what is already underneath the rear end right now, holding it up. And I will check square on everything, make sure everything's like it needs to be set, and then set my ride heights and my wheel weights and everything like that. I'll also be taking, since it's been so long since I've raced it, all of my, what this is here is it's called a Tumble Valve. When you kill the car, you shut this off, and then when you crank it, you leave it shut off, and then whenever you get it cranked, you open it, and it lets fuel bypass through this until it reaches a certain pressure and RPM. Basically, what it does is it leans the motor out drastically to where it takes off crisp and quickly. If you left that open or closed, I mean, it would be shoving all the fuel through the main line and goes back here. I have my bypasses mounted on top of the tank. This is your high-speed bypass. This one back here is your main bypass. This one, after the car reaches like 6,400 RPMs, and a certain pressure, it starts opening up a diaphragm in here that lets fuel bypass from here to here back into the tank without just flooding it into the motor. So it's more than just go fast and turn left. It's a lot of science behind it. Anyway, y'all hang out. I'll be back in a minute, and then we'll see what else we can come up with. There's gonna be lots of interesting content to show y'all. Just doing a little engine maintenance now, just routine stuff. It's a valve lash gauge. So basically what I'll do is I'll roll it around till, you know, this is number 1. I'll roll it around to number 1. Both rocker arms are up and loose like this one is. An example, it would be loose like these 4 back here are. And I'll stick this feeler gauge underneath, and see, this would be my, that's my intake one. This is my exhaust one. You just run it underneath it. You'll make sure it feels like it needs to be. There's no extreme amount of slack, or for whatever reason got tight, or you're just doing basic weekly engine maintenance here to make sure. This is the first place you can normally detect you're having an issue. If you have a bunch of slack come up, or something like that, you can detect if you grinding off a lobe off the cam, or a rocker arm maybe trying to bend, or not a rocker arm, push rod maybe trying to bend, or you got something going on with your rocker arm. So that, and I will also inject air into the cylinders and perform a leak down test to make sure my leak down is where it should be. So anyway, that's what we're doing now. I'll be back in a minute, I reckon. It's hard to do this and hold the phone and show y'all what I'm doing at the same time, and I don't have all my stuff down here in the shop with me to set up a tripod and kind of hang the camera over the top and everything like that. So I just got to stop and show y'all what I'm doing, and then go back. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're running the valves on the motor. It's Monday, and it is raining this weekend. I told y'all we'd be done in here if it rained, and it's real close. This road here will probably go back together. It's not really that bad. It's just slick. Boy, it's slick. And they still calling for rain today. Work truck is bogged down though. But that's number 3 for the morning. We only have 2 trucks right now. Have no clue what the woods look like. I haven't been out there yet. But it rained almost 2 inches of rain this weekend. I'm pretty confident that we're not going to get in the back without them buying some rock or something to go on the roads. So one of the things I saw this weekend, I had a guy ask, why would we be done if it rained? Biggest reason is we cannot put, we don't haul just on, like whenever you get up north into those work camps and stuff like that, you're hauling off of like company land all the time. Like when we get to the end of our road out here, which is about a half of a quarter towards the front up there, when we get to the end of our road, we're on for what y'all would call is a county road. We're on parish roads. Louisiana has parishes. So we're on a parish road, and we cannot put mud on a parish road. We can put some, but we can't like continually put them on there till it's just like, holy crap, cars can't pass through it no more. And then we can't tear the roads up because it's in our contract. We can't go over so deep. And then the contract also states that we shall not haul in the rain. So that's why when the rain gets here, especially in a spot like this, you know, we're down. Where if we'd be in where we normally work, which would be inside the West Bay Game Management Reserve area, you can kind of booger up some roads just getting to the main roads that they have in there. And if you can get to a main road, they're usually built so well that by the time you get to the parish road, all the mud, the big mud is pulled off your wheels, and you may just get like a little dirty, watery film on the road instead of actual mud. Like this here, this is going to cake in between those duals and those log trucks, and then it's going to put mud out on the parish road, and we can't do that. So we're down truck right now. We had to pull a truck and send to Dad's job. They're moving this morning. I'm not sure what my foresters are going to do with me, but we're probably going to be moving after a while too. Either that or they're going to be spending some money on rock. But anyway, we'll be back in a minute. Watch this truck roll out of here. That road's slick. May have to have help on this one. You may not. It's Kenworth. Nope. Spoke too soon. Yeah, I think that's the end of it right there. We're going to get a skidder up here now. Give him a little bump. That's the last thing you need to do. That's why he was trying to fight it so long. Because once you put that skidder out here in this road, and then most especially with them duals, it packs the rut that they had back down. So then it squishes all that mud back down in the road. Packs it all back down in the road. The trucks have even more hail getting in and out of here. Watch that trailer walk over up there. I think he made it to the rock pad up there. I'm going to assume he's made it to the rock pad and he's going to put his flags on. No. It's just a little wet this morning. A little foggy. So that's what we got going on right now. We're fighting wet roads and slick conditions. I was trying to get a video of it a minute ago, but didn't. The skidders are even having hail in the set. This stuff here, it looked kind of sandy when we was in here the other day, but man, it's like a gumbo-y mess or something now. You see, it's kind of sloppy in the set, and it's kind of hard to see over his log pile, but you can see how those two butts over there that he's fixing to go and pick up, they're a little bit further back than the rest of the wood pile. The skidder couldn't twist and pull the wood on ahead like he needed to, so. We're gonna let the day get kind of rolling a little bit better here. I'm gonna go try and snap some thumbnails or something, and we'll be back in a minute, or like just in a second for y'all watching the video. So anyway, let me go. I gotta go make some phone calls, see if maybe they got us somewhere else to move to, or we're just gonna stay here and fight mud, or what we're doing. Y'all hang out. And another one down. We had an extra truck out here this morning. Used to be our main contract truck. 748 on his way. Watching them just take sudden dives like that. Got a trailer just down right there. Usually that means they going in the ditch. Alright, well, we got that one. That one's out. So we got this one here. Y'all remember this one? This is our used to be contract truck. Call it Marlboro. His job drained out today, so he come haul off of us. I'll let y'all listen to his truck whenever he gets ready to cut out, because that thing's got straights. I believe it's a Caterpillar in there, but it sounds good. Y'all hang out. They actually had to go up there and push that truck all the way to the blacktop that time. That means one of two things. A, the road's drying out and it's just getting slicker as it's drying. That usually will happen in my area. Or B, the road's going to shit. Who knows? moving the loader into the new spot back here in the back.
You're the diamond in the rough.
Loader man.
We're fishing to play war if you don't get out of the way.
Loader man tagging with the skidder man.
Wanna fight like dinosaurs?
No. We're gonna go back here and put my loader in the new. We're gonna let Mickey stay up here. They got lots of wood headed up here. He's gonna stay up here and clean it up, and I'm gonna go get the back. And I'm gonna get started back here. Getting this all started in the back. They're bringing 3-4 loads of rock, something like that. I'm not sure how many loads of rock they're bringing, but they're bringing us some rock. So we're gonna stay here. We're not gonna move. Just fine. They're gonna bring rock. I can make this work. This guy has some rock. There's more wood out there. See on the next row, there's some more wood out there. See it there. But anyway, so that's what we're up to right now. We're just moving the loader down the road. Getting to go set up and start producing wood in these spots. Woo! Welcome back. It's Tuesday. I'm going to include today. We're going to do a video on Wednesday. I have been crazy busy. It's like almost 11 o'clock or something. Maybe 10 o'clock. No, it's got to be like 11 o'clock now. Anyway, been really busy this morning. Running property lines and stuff with Forester. Right now I'm on the 620. I am trying to spin y'all around here and not run off the road. We're dragging some logs for my loads of logs. I have about 2 loads of logs so far processed, a little over 2 loads probably. But I am at the moment dragging them from the front set to the back set, and y'all can see just how, I mean, you can see the pressure rock in the road. You can see the road is not the best looking. So we're on our 3rd round of trucks for the day. I'm bringing this load of logs to the back set, that way we don't have to transfer our loaders back to the front set. And also dragging these trees to help move my rock around, kind of stir the mud up a little bit, kind of help the road dry a little faster. So I'm dragging these back here so we don't have to relocate the loader. And on my next round of trucks, I got a guy that lives in that direction. Be my uncle. He lives in that direction of the log mill, so I'll load the logs on him and send him with his last load home. So he'll be close to home whenever he gets done for the day. It is a pure swamp back up in here. So just a little quick update on what's going on. It's super busy this morning. A lot of stuff going on. I wish I could have got some video. We had the skidder slip off the wood a while ago. I didn't have my phone with me. I already got some video of that. He slipped off the wood, got hung up in between his duals on a tree, and had to take the pull saw to cut him off, and the tree jumped off the stump, hung the saw, bent the bar. It's been an eventful morning, but see I'm loading the truck there. We're back here in the back. Got both loaders set up again. I'm fixing up to drop in drag wood. We'll be back in a minute. So we're getting close to wrapping this video up. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last clip I'm going to throw in here. It's going to be, I think I got some clips from Sunday, and then Monday at work, and then today at work. Today is Tuesday, so y'all be watching this on Wednesday. It's 8:53. Had to come get on it. Matt is on the 718 cutting up yonder. Y'all can see it's wet down here. So what I'm having to do is I'm having to, as bad as I don't want to. It's August. I hate shoveling this early in the year, but to complete this track, I'm going to shovel this corner out down here. So y'all can kind of see that hole up there is where the loaders are, and I've had to cut all of this coming down in here, and I've just completed the last row on this side of the access. And in the morning, the ground over here actually seems to be a little bit better, so I'm gonna let Matt try and cut over here. But shoveling this stuff, shoveling, matting, however you want to say it, you're having to cut the machine. You're having to cut it to stay on the wood, to where you're not tearing the ground up for the skidder. And you know, I still got all this here. You can see it's some big old wood. But anyway, y'all can see I've got some mats built. You can't really see right there in the middle. Zooming in a little bit. No, you still can't see it. But right there in the middle where it looks like there's a gap, there's actually a tree in the ground right there. And I kind of filled this center in with some hardwoods that the skidder will kind of turn on. But he'll come down here. We've been packing trash all day long. In the wintertime, you usually don't have the luxury of having trash and able to pack and just patch and patch and patch and patch. As you can see, all the trash that they've got patched in there. And all he's really got is that little bit of water right there left up to right here. All this that I've cut. And then right there where the track cutter is setting, it actually kind of steps back up on a little knoll. And this back corner, what seems to be going back in this way, seems to be a little bit better. What it is, there's a big old pasture, big old open field over here behind the track machine, and this just kind of it's a watershed is what it is. You know, there's two real long sloping sweeping slopes. I mean, when I say long, I mean they're probably a mile long on each side of the slopes, and this is the low point where all the water funnels to. And we got almost 2 inches of rain over the weekend, as y'all going to see earlier in the video. We had almost 2 inches of rain over the weekend. This was wet to begin with. I could have got it out before the rain without shoveling it. Or I'm not technically going to be shoveling this here, as I'm going to just be what's called matting, where I've laid the trees like you see here in a really nice straight perpendicular with one another order to where the skidder will get up on it, and he will walk the wood with the machine. He won't get off the wood, and it won't damage the ground. As you can see what the track machine has done right here with me tracking on the ground with no wood underneath it, and then you can see right there what it done when I got up on the wood. And the skidder will do the same thing, but he'll keep patching this the rest of the afternoon with wood, and then he'll as he's working those, because there's several rows up through there that he's going to work on first thing in the morning. I would have him already over here, but the John Deere skidder works better on the wet ground, so it has a leak in the grapple, and he's on the tigercat skidder, and the guy that's normally on the tigercat skidder is on the tigercat loader helping load trucks today. So anyway, we're the John Deere skidder is down for a minute. I'm fixing to go up there and fix whatever leak is on it. It's going to be a simple leak in the grapple, probably a line or an O-ring or something like that. But anyway, as Michael is working those rows over here, working this away, he'll be packed every time he comes down here. He may pull 2 drags and then get 4 bundles of trash or whatever, and he'll keep packing it in down here to where he don't have to shovel, so to speak. Because technically in the wintertime, if this was wintertime, you wouldn't have enough trash to make that hold up. So what you'd have to do is you'd have to take your skidder, and he'd have to go all the way to the end of the row, and he'd have to get about 4 to 6 pieces, and he would have to bring it out, pull it out in the access, and grab it with the grapple and run the wood underneath the skidder, up underneath the rear end, and with the butt, and then he would grab it and like pick it up and heel the top around and lay the tree. God, I got the hiccups, excuse me. where he wants it. So he would lay the tree with the skidder where it needs to be, and then he'd have to place all 4 or 6 pieces and go get some more and then come back until he has a full from that side to that side mat built. So it's very time consuming, and we're not really wanting to get to that point yet. We're pretty confident that there's enough bottom in this. I mean, it would be nastier than all get out looking if we didn't put any trash or anything in it. I'm pretty sure I can build enough of a foundation with the trash to make this corner work, so I don't have to leave it and then come back midsummer next summer whenever the weather allows for a day's worth of work. So that's what we're doing. We're matting. we're building shovel roads and kind of half-ass shoveling. Now I'm fixing to try and walk out without drowning in this swamp of a place that I've cut in. I mean, look at my boot, like there and there. It's just, it is a mess. It is. You know, I'm to the point anymore with shoveling that, I mean, I used to enjoy it, but I don't anymore, because for like right now, I can't even hardly walk out. It's so bad. But it's rotten right here. That's no doubt. So he may end up having to build a foundation with trash right there and then fill it on up with wood to help give him some extra foundation. I'll show y'all another spot right here that I've gotten done. I mean, y'all look at my pants, my boots. This is another spot. I've got just 2 runners built down through there. So you just take 2 trees on this side, 2 trees on this side, and you build like a train track for the skidder, basically. That's the bad thing about doing this and thinning is usually you don't have enough timber. Second thinning is worse than first thinning, but you usually don't have enough timber to go side to side with a full mat, and that's why we run duals, because the duals will hang on those 2, sometimes 1 piece of wood there, and getting to the back, and then the skidder shovels the wood up to the front or the wet holes that he needs himself. So anyway, I am headed out, and hopefully I don't twist my ankle and fall and die down in here or something crazy. And here's another row that they've actually kind of skidded on some already. Give you a really good idea. Like this up here was dry, and this side over here was wet. So, I mean, that's a pretty good mat right there. That's what it should look like once your skidder is got it all kind of patched up front. So, anyway, appreciate everybody for watching. Man, we have blew up in the last week, which is crazy cool. And I saw we had Bobby Goodson's channel comment on one of our videos. That was really cool. If y'all are watching this one, we really appreciate all the guys out here. Were just blown away, ecstatic, cool about it. So yeah, that was a pretty good highlight. And said Logger Wade liked the channel the other day. That was really cool. But anyway, I'm gonna go up here. Got a nice pile of wood, looks like. Yeah, real nice pile. Big old pile of wood. Probably 10 loads of wood piled up right there. But I'm gonna go over here and see if I can't figure out what's wrong with the 748. Let's stand back here while he gets that bucket of wood up. I know he didn't see me. I don't want to get slapped. We'll go over here and see what's wrong with it and get on home, work on the race car some more. But as I was saying, I appreciate everybody for watching, everybody for subscribing. Make sure y'all go drop a comment down below. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button for me if you don't mind. Make sure you hit the notification button where you get notified every time I post a video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. We enjoyed bringing it to y'all. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one. We're out of here.